All right, so let's continue from where I left off last time. Last time I connected all the tracks inside of the level Bristol. So let's do Cardiff now. Continue with the tutorial bit. Trains are controlled by signals. As you saw before, trains will only stop for loading and unloading at signals. And for a railroad station, if you had to place a signal. And for a railroad station, you had to place a signal. A terminal station implicitly has a signal at the end of the track that tells the train to turn around. Signals divide the track into blocks. If a train has multiple possible exits out of a block, then trains will alternate between the exits. Signals can be either unidirectional or bidirectional. Trains will not go the wrong way through a unidirectional signal, so this is a way to reduce the number of valid exits from a block. There are three types of signals that you can place. Block signals are blue, and in those the train can only proceed into the next block if no other train is occupying the block. A free signal, which is orange, in that the trains can always proceed. Trains will never run into another train that is on the same track directly in front of them. So this is effectively like having infinite block signals extending from the free signal. And so in games like OpenTTD, for example, you do have to place tons of signals along a track, and that's a little bit annoying and silly. And then the chain signal, which is yellow. The train can only proceed if there are no trains in the next block, and any subsequent signal out of the block will also allow passage. Trains will use the shortest available path through the next block. If you have multiple trains on a track, you need to protect junctions with signals to prevent train crashes. Typically, the inputs to a junction need to have block signals, and exits should have free signals. So some examples are here. You can see that this is a junction where two tracks merge into one, and then over here is one track splitting into two different ones. Okay, so I think I pretty much said that. Trains will avoid hitting a train in front of them on the track, but as soon as the train is on a split track, the following train doesn't consider the following train doesn't consider it to be on the same track and will not avoid hitting it, but could hit it still if the train in front isn't moving out of the way fast enough. So if you imagine that there's two trains, there's one train that's going along here on the splitting, and then it stops right here, and then another train comes behind it. If there were no signal preventing it from entering, this other train could decide that it wants to turn to the right, but it would pass too close to the train that's directly in front of it that maybe stopped like right here on the track, and so there would be a crash. So you would think that the following trains wouldn't crash into each other, but whenever there's a split, they actually could. So here are some other common constructs from top to bottom. Passing area for a bidirectional track, a multi-platform railroad station, and a multi-platform terminal station. So if you want, you can stop and consider those, but I'm going to just build tracks now, and I'm going to try and come up with a good solution. I'm not going to go into too terribly much detail, but maybe from context you'll understand what I'm doing. All right, so let's see what we've got here. So Cardiff needs textiles. At the textile factory, you can take some either wool or cotton. And if we look around, there's sheep pastures, so we'll have wool. So the wool turns into textiles. Then if we look at a sheep pasture, what do we have here? Well, they just generate sheep, wool, and milk. Is there anything else? Yeah. So they're just generating wool, basically. We don't care about the sheep or the milk. there's no wheat on the map, and there's no way to get farming tools. So we just have sheep. Okay, awesome. So let's deliver our wool to the textile factory. We've got 3 different sheep pastures, so how can we do that efficiently? What I'm immediately thinking here, since we have 3 different sheep pastures, so I guess there's 2 different ways that you could go about this. One is you could try to make 3 different tracks that are going over to the textile factory. Back and forth from all of those. That's going to have a lot of track. Right? And the track is actually pretty expensive. So we could maybe be more efficient if instead of doing that, we make a loop. Right? Because if you think about these tracks, it's actually not just one track. It's like, say you want to have a lot of trains, so you need to have double tracks, really. Right? As opposed, if you made a loop, you're going to have something that's like that sort of shape. So that's actually a lot less track. So that's my thinking. So I'll go for the loop structure maybe. And so that'll deliver the wool to the textile factory. And then I'll probably have like a separate thing that delivers the textiles over to Cardiff. So that's my game plan. And we're going to have to get fuel at some point also. So for the trains that are going the loop, stopping at this forest is a pretty obvious place to get fuel. But it's a little bit less clear what we do for if we have trains that are just going between the textile factory and Cardiff. This forest over here is kind of out of the way. So maybe we have something just bring wood over to the textile factory that the trains can pick up. That might work. We maybe just have a car on every one of the wool trains that just carries wood to refuel. Maybe. Seems slightly inefficient. That might be more wood than we really need. So we could also consider just having a separate train that just carries wood. So we'll see how it goes. We'll try things out. But that's my initial game plan. So let's consider that we'll have, say, 6 cars carrying the wool, and then 1 for the wood. So wood and then tender. So this is, I think, how much space we need for our actual train. We need to stop by here to refuel. Come over here and pick up some sheep. Maybe some wool from the pasture. And we'll tweak this to be better in the future. So just get the basic layout here. And then come down here. Here, it might actually be better not to go on this side. So this side, there's only 1 close place, whereas over here there's 3. So although we're going a longer distance, we can load and unload faster if we're on this side maybe. So yeah, maybe let's pick up from that side of the pasture. And back over here. Okay, so that's our loop. Basic idea of it. And then let's make a train. So where should we inject them? Probably trains over here. Seems like it would make sense. Yeah. So I'm just thinking eventually I'm going to want multiple trains. Let's put the train over here. I'm just thinking about how I'm going to do load balancing of the trains. Because if I have, like, say 3 trains, if one's coming here, it's going to, and the first one's loading, then the other ones are going to be behind it, and we're just going to have to wait. Right? So that's not great. So it's maybe better to inject them a bit further back. And these are going to be wood. And then, like I said, I'll carry 1 wood and then some wool. 6 wool. Okay, so let's build our platforms. So there's 3 things here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I guess that's probably right. Let's put a signal there. Here also 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I'm able to count. Some real sophisticated stuff here. Watch me, like, not actually have counted out right, and I'll look like a total fool. Doing some, like, count track. Is it? The count from, like, Sesame Street, but, like, getting it wrong, not actually counting. 4, 5, 6. 6 platforms. Okay. And did I remember to put a signal here? Yes. Then here, there should have been 7. And then here, we need to get our fuel. Ooh, and we can be smart and put them right here. Nestle it in there so that they have minimal distance to travel. Alright, so let's just watch our train go. Make sure it does what it needs to do. Stops in the right places. We haven't totally messed up our signaling. Oh man, I hope that I'm successfully recording my audio. Talk about embarrassing things. Okay, well, looks like we build up on that. And it won't stop here, so I'm going to do a little trick of single stepping. Step, 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 step with tab. And does that line up? Yeah, he would stop at the signal and get the stuff. Sweet. And so far I counted correctly. Amazing. Okay, and again, look at that. Perfect. And can we deliver then to our textile factory? Look at that. Wow. Fantastic. You know what I'm realizing? Is I wonder... No, it'll be fine. I was wondering if it was bad that I was getting the wood last, because then any trains over here, they'll be running around and consuming fuel. They might run out of fuel before something comes to supply them with wood. But that shouldn't actually be a problem because I can make the trains wait until something actually arrives here, and so they won't actually have that problem. And I got the wood also. Okay, cool. So that looks like it works. So let's look at the other side here. The other side is that we need to deliver textiles over to Cardiff, right? So how many train cars? Let's do 6 also. Why not? I have no reason not to at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's probably not great. Okay, let's do like that. And we can put platform here, maybe shorten the distance a little bit for this guy. Is that right? 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's a shorter distance. 4 platforms. Okay. Does that guy get old? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I actually need a 7th because I also need to get the wood. Does it matter where I put the wood? Probably not. I guess it shouldn't matter. I'll put it there in the middle. Why not? Okay. And I'm predicting that I might need... is this one of those cases where I should actually just make a curve? Yeah, that looks really nice. Not sure that... Yeah, whatever, I'll cut it. Make it a little shorter. I think the thing is that with the wood trains, that the curvature of the track doesn't matter too much. You just want to minimize the distance because they don't go fast enough for the curvature to slow them down. If you had a really fast train, then the curvature starts to matter. Let's say there's like, oh, I should say, can I don't have a depot. Let's put a depot. Shoot here. So if you look, there's wood, coal, and oil, and they go progressively faster so that the oil-powered trains actually do care about curves. And yeah, I guess that... Oh, I need my signals. Can't forget the signals. That would be terrible. Okay. So now this guy should probably pick up textiles. 3, 4, 5, 6. And I missed. I think that was right. And what I'll make this do is I can go to routing mode. I can make it wait on the textiles. Beautiful. So now it shouldn't go yet, but the other train will go. So let's just go a little bit faster. Wait for this train to come over and make sure that the everything works, that this train triggers when things start being delivered. Oh no, my logic was wrong. I mean, yes, it did wait, but there's a whole nother cycle. I'm dumb. Okay. What we need, in fact, is for the trains to come over here. That was dumb. Okay. And yeah, I think that should be fine. I'm gonna watch this load up. The worker bringing the wood over. So beautiful. I like the little animations of how things look. It's kind of satisfying. Hey, come get some wool. Okay, well, enough of that. Spent a lot of time on those animations. Okay, let's make sure everything works here. So we should be delivering the wood over to the wood storage. Look at that. And then this can pick up wood. Great. And it's also loading the textiles and little boxes into the boxcars. Beautiful. Amazing. So let's see if it delivers correctly. And look at that, it also delivers correctly. So I think that we have a fully functional delivery system. Great. So let's run this fast. Delivered all goods in 800,000. Okay. Well, obviously right now I'm only actually picking up from one sheep pasture at a time, which isn't great. So let's see what I was talking about with if I have multiple trains. So if I have, we'll probably need at least 4 trains, right? One for each station. So yeah, so let's see what happens if we run this. What should happen is that the trains will all just like back up behind each other. And so the train behind this one will be just waiting for that one to load. Oh, that's they're taking a while to load over here, so it's not quite happening. But eventually, they shouldn't spend so much time at that station. You see, this guy here is just waiting. Very inefficient usage of trains, right? And they're just zooming past this, obviously. Not good. So, how do we fix that? So what we need is some sort of way for the trains to pass by. So we can just make a second track here. And then we can probably change this to a block signal. We'll need some sort of block signal here. Block signal here. And I guess just a free signal is probably fine, and a chain signal here. So what the chain signal will say, oh, we want this one a little further. So what the chain signal will say is that it wants to preferentially go to this signal if it can, because that's the shortest distance out of the block. So if it can, it should go to the station and load. Otherwise, go this way. Just skip it. So let's see if that actually works. We might consider doing something similar over here, just so that we don't spend all of our time in the first cycle of the trains going around waiting to pick up wood at the forest, or we could do something a bit more efficient. But anyhow, let's see how this goes. Load your wood. Moment of truth. You see? So there, this guy actually, oh, missed some signal. He was just waiting because this was one huge block. But we don't want to wait forever. Waiting forever doesn't sound nice. What we actually want is to just wait until he gets past here. Okay, let's see what happens now. Hopefully the train will actually go. Look at that. And what happens here? This guy is already full, so he should sort of pass by. Then this guy will stop. Oh, look at that. More efficient. And then this guy, again, came here because it was unoccupied. Awesome. It works. So we just need to replicate that same idea over here and the other station. Maybe shorten that a little bit. All right, so again, is that we need a block signal coming in here. We need a free signal coming in here, a block signal here and here, free signal here, and a chain signal here. Amazing. And same idea here. And you might even try to minimize the curvature for the common path, which is going to be the outside path here. All right, so block signal, free signal, block signal, free signal, chain signal. And by the way I'm switching between them is by pressing 1, 2, oops, 1. Okay, I should change that. In any case, it's 1, 2, and 3, not 1, 3, and 4. Okay, so in theory, all those are working. And let's fix up this forest also. Do exactly the same thing for the forest. So we need to move our depot yet again. So let's delete this stuff. Let's just make a cut here. And have our pass by area. Probably make them line up. That looks fairly nice. And then we can just stick our depot off to the side here. And now we have to fix up all the signals. So chain, block, free, block, free. That will shorter. Okay. And we have a slight issue, which is that our train is too long for this. So if there's another signal in the middle of the train, it won't stop. Oops, that's I'm not confident that that's long enough. Right, should I change my file? Is that enough space? If it is, it's just barely. I'd like to give it a little tolerance. Is this good enough? Okay. See, these guys can go while this guy's loading up on wood, and they can do all their stuff getting sheep. It's getting wool. So we can start picking up wool much faster that way. And here's our guy with wood, and I guess it will pass everybody and start delivering fuel. Is this 4 trains too many? I don't know. That shouldn't be. Because see, there's nobody loading anything now, right? So ideally, we would probably want a train loading at every moment at one of these guys. Okay, so now we're running into what's going to probably be a major bottleneck, is just unloading things at the textile factory. Okay, this guy realized he can go now. I was just patiently waiting this whole time. But now it's looking pretty good. We're definitely delivering things faster than we were before. And our track is not looking anywhere near at full capacity. What's going on here? Load. Load. Mm-hmm. So something that can happen, it seems like, is a train could be full and passing through, like here. And although it doesn't stop, it could still be in the block when the empty train following it is coming along. And so this train will then bypass. It's not going to go and actually load. So I don't know if that's going to be optimal or not. It seems like it would be nice if it would load. So perhaps what I should do is actually make platforms where all the trains can load no matter what. Like, if it can load, otherwise just pass through. It'll cost a little more infrastructure, right, to have more platforms. And then I also need to consider on what side I want the platform. Do I want the platform in the middle? Which will probably, yeah, that's who I want. Let's see, this guy is just going by not loading. That's not ideal. Okay, anyhow, let's see how we do. We can address that later. All right. So that's significantly better, right? Less than half of the time. And if I recall, yeah, so one of the issues was like unloading here is kind of slow. So let's improve that. So how many options do I need? Don't know. Then, right. Yeah, so then if we want to have 2 platforms, this is the best. If you want to have 3, that's a little bit less clear. Because is it better to have like the track and the platform swapped so that you then just have another track over here? Or do you have like 3 layers of platforms and 3 tracks? I don't know which is better. Anyhow, let's signal this up. These need to be block signals now. Need some block signals coming in. We'll need a chain signal. Need a free signal exiting. And wait this to not be so long at the intersection. Okay, one question. Did nothing stop at all? Okay, so the issue here, maybe I should call this a bug that I should fix, is that the train didn't stop because there was another signal there. It was too close. It was saying it was in 2 blocks. Not allowed. So now things are loading. Okay, great. Wait, what? Hold on. What was going on there? Oh. Right. That's why they were passing by and not loading. I didn't have a bridge. I need a bridge. Let's make 2 bridges. Now the train should actually stop there and unload. Okay, we have a bit of backup, but you know, the traffic should spread out. Because they were all released in one go, you know. Okay, load. We just keep going. Look at that, 2 guys unloading at the same time. Beautiful. And this guy's picking things up plenty fast by himself. Train 3 ran out of fuel. Oh no. Oh no. Why? Okay, I understand. So the issue is that if they go on the bypass, if they just keep bypassing, they aren't actually guaranteed to ever get the fuel. So I think that again, the solution in both of these cases is I need a second platform. Need it there. Need it here. Need a couple bridges. Here, some bridges, and I need a platform. And as usual, some bridges. And hopefully things will be good. Okay. Oh no, this guy stopped in the wrong place. We need to move that there. And it's not the cleanest angle. And this is also not in the right place then, I suppose. This could probably be nicer. Is that nicer? I don't know. Those look like they're probably in the right place then. For once. Okay. Let's make sure everybody actually stops where they're supposed to. Look at that, amazing. So at the very least, we shouldn't be running out of fuel now. Okay. Okay, great. Better by 50,000. So we're now top of the leaderboard. Great. How are we looking here? We're still picking up things faster than we're generating them. So, what about our... We're actually... Okay. So the first one, we're picking them up very quickly. The other ones, not so much. So what it looks like is that we could have more trains because the wool is just accumulating and filling up at these two other sheep pastures. Okay, so it's easy enough to try doing. How many trains? 6? Sure. Have any issues with this? I didn't do any signaling here. You see the train was like kind of hanging its butt out. And that would be an issue if another train makes a full circuit before all the trains get out. But that's not happening, so... Okay, that's better by another 20,000. Awesome. And yeah, they're still able to be picked up from there. What about here? A little bit better, but still not there yet. Well, more trains? Can never have enough, right? So here, you see they're sticking their butt out. So I'm afraid that the train will make a full circuit before they all get out and it'll crash. We'll see. Oh, just it barely got out in time. Okay, 10 trains. How are we looking? Worst by 9,000. Okay. It took the same amount of time. Okay, so what's going on here? So that we're picking up all of the stuff there. But we're not... Okay, let's run this at slower speed so we can see what the heck's going on. So these guys are just waiting. Why were they not unloading? Oh, shouldn't have done that. So I finally actually managed to become constrained by how fast we're picking up the textiles instead of... I see there's more textiles. Oh, there it goes, full. 500 textiles, although the train just left. Okay, so great situation to be in. Let's add another train here. How are we looking? So we're now picking them up fast enough. So better by another 40,000. Nice, that's good. It's the sort of thing I like to see. It's progress. Okay, well, let's see what the situation is here. Oops, do it real fast. So we're still, even at the second sheep pasture, there's more wool to be gotten. What about here? Did anything change there? Yeah. Same situation, so let's see why. We can't blame the textile factory anymore. But look at all these trains just piled up. So what that tells me is that because we're picking everything up here fast enough already, we might be able to just get a bypass. We don't need another platform, maybe. Let's see. And it's the same situation as before. Just kind of do that sort of deal. And so hopefully trains will preferentially go to that, then that, then that. Do they? Yes, they do. Wait, why? Oh, because this already ran out. It's like, why is an empty train not stopping it? So if there's actually nothing to pick up, it will just keep going. Yeah, see, it's like, as much as I could. Place is empty, so it goes on to the next. See if there's something to pick up there, which there will be, I assume. Okay, so let's see how that does. Worse. Worse. It's supposed to be better. Don't be worse. Come on. So why is it worse? I spent more money on tracks and on signals, but it didn't go any faster. How? How is that possible? Is it because we're bottlenecked on unloading? What's going on? Things are still backed up here. Wait, why are things backed up here? Oh, I messed up my signals. It doesn't a free signal. It should be a block signal. Alright, let's try again. Okay. These, okay, I can tighten this up a little bit also. Like this, there's more space than needed. That just makes everything slower. But let's make this go faster. And super speed. Okay, per bit 20,000. That's much better. That helps to make your signals correct. Okay, great. And what we can see now is that this sheep pasture, that's the one, I'm picking everything up. What about this one? Still more that could be picked up. So that says maybe we need more trains. But maybe not, because we might be bottlenecked by the unloading, it looks like. This guy's waiting. Like, it's good to have one train waiting, potentially. You want either 0 or 1 trains waiting. Because if you have 1 train waiting, it means as soon as the train in front is done loading, that there's somebody else to immediately go and start unloading also. Loading, whatever, occupying the station. So it looks about right. And there's only 1 train loading here. And this has more to give. So we might need more trains. Hard to say. Just try. Oh, we finally got the situation I was worried about. So we need signals. We need to protect this at last. Geez, spending money on safety, signals. Oh man, that's not something that the 19th century businessman wants to have to do. But I'm better than that. I care about the safety of my workers. I'm a good person. Yeah, so we need I just put block signal on both sides. Ought to do it. Worse. Why is it worse? So what's that saying? It's faster, but the trains were too expensive. It didn't pay for itself. Is this still full? Well, what's going on here? What's going on here? The trains are waiting, so this also needs a bypass. Okay. Easy enough. And we'll remember to change the signal type this time. And that needs a block signal and just move. Okay, that should solve that issue. Okay, so bypass here eventually. Speed up a little. Okay, look at that. So by utilizing the bypass. Of course, an empty car utilizing the bypass, which is what I don't want to happen. Figures. But as long as this goes to it is being loaded from fast enough, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Because if we have an empty car get to here, it has to stop. So as long as it makes the force stop at the last one, we should be fine. I suppose. Okay. Better by 162. It's not a massive improvement, but it's an improvement, I suppose. Something. Okay, but it's clear what our issue is here. Oh my gosh, look how these trains backed up to unload. So then this brings us to my question of, is it better to have another, like have the platforms here, or no, that wouldn't be, but have the platforms here, or should this guy be here? Well, I guess the answer is we just try it both ways, right? One of them will be better. Okay, and we need bridges. Yeah, okay, some bridges there. And beautiful. So is this good? Okay, that's the sort of number I like to see. Better by 6,500. And how are we doing? Oh, we have semi-textiles. We'd actually be better having more trains over here. Better by another 6,000. Okay. And how are we? Yeah, we're picking it up fast enough. Beautiful. No trains waiting here. How's this looking? Oh, there's still wool. Still wool. We're waiting here. Well, aren't unloading here though. Do you know their platform here? We might. I suspect that might be better. Because there's a point in time when things were waiting here and it was empty here. Okay. So let's see here. So I guess these all need to be block signals. Yeah, so it looks beautiful. Come drains. Ready. Okay, let's go super speed. How's it looking? Okay, nothing's accumulating, it looks like. We might be able to have another train. Look, look. Empty time. Is it accumulating here? No. No, not there, not there. Yeah, we have capacity for more trains. Nothing accumulating here. See, the thing is here is that we only have two stations, but the trains coming in, like if you look, see, they are mostly full of wood because they're delivering like way too much wood. So I could potentially have just a dedicated wood train. I don't know. Make the trains, all the wool trains shorter and have a one wood train. Worse. It's worse? How? It was faster, but I spent a lot more on my infrastructure. Yes, but what if we had more trains? Aha! See? We weren't at capacity for a track. We had too much track infrastructure. About 13 trains. Worse. Okay. I had mentioned this seems a little excessively long. Better. Still too long? Perchance? Mm-hmm. Okay, what about here? Also too long. Oopsie. Worse. Wait, how? That's cheaper, but it took more time. Oh, how? Oops. Okay, I can't say I really understand that one, but probably something like subtle about the timings. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. So the one thing I was wondering is, yeah, maybe I should try having just a dedicated wood train. How much wood do I need? I don't know. Let's try that. And if I delete that, I mean, everything's going to be kind of the wrong length, but let's not worry about that too much. It's a proof of concept. Okay, and here's our wood train unloading. So the question is this going to be enough to supply this train? Those trains, because they're sort of fooling around furiously. Okay, when's our next wood supply come? We're running out. Oh, here's the wood. Oh, I think that was enough. Look at that. Nice cute little guy. And it's like super slow unloading because it's taking like this far track, which is actually maybe good because it's loading fast enough. And should we even force that? Maybe we should force the wood train to go to this top track. Because we want the wool sort of as a priority to unload. That might be better. It looks like we're not running out of wood. Worse. Okay, hold on. Did we change the number of trains here? Did we reduce that to compensate? Worse. Maybe we need to go the other way around. Maybe we need more trains. Okay, well, let's try again. Let's not give up quite yet. Let's take our wood guy. Oh, let's do something fun. Let's color it. What's a good wood color? Red. Red and green. What? Oh, sorry, red and green. That's not very woody. Red and yellow. Yeah. Okay. Just being a little silly there. Okay. So let's just force it to go that way. Let's see. Force. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. That's with a lot of trains. Let's try fewer. Worse. Fewer? Worse. Okay. Let's just get the best. Make sure it's the same. Okay. Sorry. So this... We actually have these trains slightly over provisioned. We can try making them shorter. Just make it a little cheaper. Worse. Oh my gosh, a lot worse. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Just make sure this... Okay, let's load our best in. Okay. Okay, well, I think that's pretty good. I think I'm going to consider that my final solution. So let's do a nice little... Get the trains evened out. And admire our system. Look at all these trains coming in, loading. wonderful little bypass system. See a train bypass right now. Okay. Awesome. Ah, look. We've got another message from the Queen. I'm delighted to learn that Cardiff has now been connected to our growing rail network. The latest accomplishment marks a significant milestone in bringing the benefits of modern transportation to Wales, further uniting our kingdom. I would like to suggest that we explore the possibility of enhancing Cardiff's connection to the broader rail network, ensuring that it becomes a vital hub within our transportation system. Okay, so the coal mine in the region around Cardiff has become available, which is shown by name. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, move this guy out of the way. So this coal mine is what let's talk about right here. This means we can produce steel for delivery to Bristol. After building a rail network, start the simulation and wait for sufficient amount of steel to be delivered to Bristol. When Bristol has had enough steel delivered, the color of its name will change to white. In order to complete subsequent cities in the world map, you will need to satisfy the needs of every previously completed city in addition to satisfying the needs of new cities you are delivering to. This is to ensure that your rail network continues to expand rather than focusing only on what is new to the detriment of everything else, right? So you can't just like deliver everything in Bristol and then like scrap that and then deliver everything to Cardiff and just have all of the resources focused on one city. You still have to deliver to all the cities before you can unlock anything else. So yeah, so the goal of the next game session will be to get the coal and the iron, the steel smelter, and then that to Bristol. Awesome. Yeah, so if this game looked interesting and enjoyable to you, you can wishlist it. It's currently in beta. You can join the Discord to get access to the beta if you like. And yeah, see you next time.